Marked boxes of Monster cereals, no.
Oh, you be careful now, you hear? Before you go and say something you're gonna regret for the rest of your days.
Like what? Like the wrong kid died?
Oh, no!
We now continue with Smurf.
Hey, Stanley,
Yeah, George?
how would you like your own TV show?
Okay. You get the...
Oh, funky colors.
Hey, I got something to mail you out, man. You're just freaking out. Here.
I never smoked no shit like that before.
Take these,
What?
man.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of The Wrong Podcast Died. I'm Brian with my co-host, Hot Rod Hutchinson. Oh, should I say his last name? Fuck, he's on the internet. Yeah.
Too fucking late, bro.
And I was gonna change your introduction, but Hot Rod goes perfect with this movie and our very first guest.
Hey.
I mean, his name's Bret. He's from Burlington. I don't know if you want to know his last name.
Royer.
You might look him up. He's an award-winning director, bass player.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Author, candle maker, dad, cinephile. He doesn't hate everything like Tony. I mean, what else are we missing?
Sexy motherfucker.
Well, that too, yeah. Vending machine entrepreneur. What else you got?
No, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Love what you guys are doing so far, and I love the concept of this podcast. So
Thanks for coming on.
I'm excited to be here. Heck yeah.
We're enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying it. I don't know if Rod's enjoying it, but I'm having fun with it.
I could just be watching movies.
We asked Bret what his favorite film was, and he was kind of like, I don't fucking know. So
I gave you like 4 options, didn't I think?
So what did you pick?
When I find you...
Pop quiz, hot shot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do?
Well, I said if it was horror, it was probably Dead Alive. But if it was any movie, see, I'm a sucker, and this is exactly what I wrote you. I'm a sucker for 90s action movies. And that's what I grew up on. That's what if I have 2 hours to kill by myself, no family or anything, I'm probably plugging in like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or some bullshit. Like I watched Hard Target a couple nights ago out of nowhere. I hadn't seen it in years, but it just sounded great. But I think the most I've ever watched a movie is probably Speed throughout my life.
Speed premiered in Hollywood on June 7th, 1994, and was released to the rest of the United States on June 10th.
I think I was about, I don't know, I was going to turn 16 that year. How old were you, Brian?
Yeah, I was 16 too in June.
How about you, Bret?
I would have been 94, you said? Fourth grade.
Fourth grade, damn.
10, 11, something like that.
He's young, yeah.
I thought he was older, man. That beard. Makes him distinguished.
It's all the grays, isn't it?
So, of course, it became a hit at the box office. It grossed $350.4 million, and the budget was like $35 million, so it made a lot of money. It had a great cast.
Yeah. Of course, Keanu Reeves was on there as Jack Traven. It's like fucking taking tavern and fucking mixing the letters up. Then you had not her first film, but Sandra Bullock as Annie.
She was my childhood crush, guys. I mean, she still is my crush, my Hollywood crush. I've been in love with her for my whole life.
I kind of loved her way back when she was in Love Potion No. 9.
Ah, good one.
She didn't say much in it, but
no.
It's got Lloyd from Harry and Lloyd.
Fucking Jeff Daniels. Jeff motherfucking Daniels out of nowhere.
Playing a guy named Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even put it together, but yeah.
And then who's the bad guy?
Dennis Hopper as Howard Payne. What was it? AKA the Mad Bomber? Is that his fucking name in that?
They couldn't come up with anything better.
I don't think so. I think that's what they dubbed him in the movie.
From what I understand about the movie behind the scenes, sorry to throw this in there real quick, but from what I understand, the Jeff Daniels character was supposed to be a bad guy in the movie, but after they cast Dennis Hopper, like, you don't need another bad guy. All you need is Dennis fucking Hopper.
I saw that too. Ed Harris was supposed to play him, and they were going to have him as the Mad Bomber, but he was the partner or something shit like that. So that was pretty fucking awesome. It worked out a little better, I think.
That's true. Well, I wonder what happened to Ed Harris. Although the next year, I think, is when he did The Rock. Did you guys ever see that one? And he was the bad guy in The Rock. Oh my God, I love that movie. We almost watched that for this podcast.
Oh, that would have been fun. So it was the 5th highest grossing film of the year in 1994. So it made $350 million. What the fuck else made that much money? I guess we'll get to that later, when we talk about the top films later in the podcast.
Then it was directed by a guy I never really heard of, but he actually does a lot of movies. John DeBont. John DeBont.
John DeBont.
Is he French?
I don't know.
He did Twister after this, and then he did Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Yeah.
Which is one of the worst movies you could actually watch.
I have to see that still.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've seen like the first part, and for some reason I never finished it. I wonder why.
It's on a cruise liner, right? It can't slow. What the fuck?
On a cruise ship. With Jason Patrick this time instead of Keanu.
He did one of my favorite horror flicks too, the horror flick remakes, The Haunting from 1999. Actually, it was just on Pluto.
This movie was actually good and won 2 Academy Awards, unlike Speed 2, which won none. Best Sound Effects Editing and Best Sound. I mean, I didn't notice the sound was anything amazing. I mean, you don't watch it for the sound, do you? You watch it for the action.
It's one of those. Categories that nobody pays attention to. I don't even think they air those anymore on TV, do they?
The guy that wrote it, Graham Yost, he was the guy who created the FX series Justified.
I love Justified. That's one of the few TV shows I've seen.
Here's some information on it. Debuted at the #1 position above Flintstones and City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold. Made $14.5 million opening weekend. Here's something cool. It set opening records for Fox in Brazil and South Africa. It stayed #1 for 1 week before being taken down by Wolf. Is that fucking Jack Nicholson Wolf movie? Is it?
Oh, fuck yeah. That would have been the same.
Hey, I like that movie. Watch
where
yourself.
He pisses on Spade's freaking feet.
On James Spader, right? Yeah. What are you doing? I'm marking my territory.
And then The Lion King debuted in the 3rd weekend that Speed was out. So, I mean, then it was fucking... It stayed #2 for 8 weeks after that. I mean, it grossed a ton of money. It remains Sandra Bullock's highest grossing film until 2013, when it was surpassed by Gravity.
Wow, weird.
It's a big budget film.
Yeah, but still weird. Like,
I've never seen it either.
Actually, I've never seen it either.
It was #1 in Japan for 10 weeks and 8 weeks in Australia. So, I mean, it did well international, too.
Japan knows what's up.
But I forget, if we're talking about the movie now, I forgot the fucking opening. I'm like sitting there watching it. I'm like, I thought this whole movie happened on a fucking bus.
A quarter of the movie is not even on the bus. The first like 25 minutes, I think.
Yeah, pretty close.
Right? 25 minutes. And then the last like 25 minutes is not on the bus either. Like you really do like only get on that bus for about an hour, give or take.
Yeah, well, it's a 2-hour long movie, 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was budget restraints is part of it. And then when they were talking to audiences, it just seemed like take up too much time. Nobody wants to fucking watch a bus for 2 hours.
Yeah, but while you're on that bus for the hour, you don't like. I mean, I don't know. I guess how you guys feel about it, but me personally, like, it's amazing. They do so good. There's never like slow parts. Like, you don't get bored when you're on the bus at all. Maybe they were worried about people getting bored or something, but like they keep that shit moving.
And they got just the right amount of characters too in that bus.
Well, the characters, I don't know the names of the actors and actresses, but every fucking person on the bus, or almost every person, is someone you know.
Or you've seen. It's like that, I know that guy somewhere.
I've seen that one. The one that's scared all the time, the thin white guy. I know him. The lady that gets blown up when she tries to get off the bus. I know her. The Hispanic gentleman that they call, I can't remember what they give him like a nickname.
Oh, the heavier one?
Yeah, the heavy set guy. He's in Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah.
And I love that movie. He's one of the, God, I can't remember his name in that, but he's like one of the people that is in prison, and then he gets out. He's walking around in his underwear.
This is the epic story of 3 brothers.
Run, carnal, run! Vatos locos forever, carnal, let's go!
One searched for truth in the law.
You kill your own people! No!
One expressed his passion through art.
To be completely sold out by the end of the night.
And one found power in prison.
I mean, not just on the bus, but even some of the cops you recognize from other things. There's one of the white guys that's like, I don't know his name or anything, but I remember his one line when he's like 50 feet or something like that when they're talking about the gap in the road. But I don't even know what I've seen him in, but I've seen him in a lot. I know that. And then there's him, and then their captain, the black guy.
Yeah, I can't think what his name is either.
I don't know his name, but he's from Terminator 2, right?
Oh yeah, he was the scientist.
Yeah, at the end.
They were going to kill, and then he saved them.
Yeah, and he used to be on the show back in the 90s called Viper. Did you guys ever watch that? I've never met anybody that's watched Viper but me.
You got Glenn Plummer too, who plays the guy that's in the car. I just pulled up. Alan Ruck is Stevens.
Are you talking about the car that Keanu takes over? That guy is in the sequel. He's in Speed 2.
Beth Grant, who's Helen, who gets blown up. Joe Morton is the captain.
I love that guy too. Don't die. Check. Don't die.
Yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on with the people in the movie when you pull up the cast. Is it this guy? Daniel Villarreal? He's in that. Oh, he was one of the other people on the bus. He was the one that shot the guy that was.
But who's the bus driver? I've seen him in a few things, but he doesn't. It was mostly something from the 90s.
That is
because he has that hair.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock was the bus driver.
No, the first one.
Hawthorne James was the bus driver.
Well, which one are you talking about? The fat one that gets blown up, or
no, the guy on the bus where
gets shot?
Yeah, the guy shot.
Okay.
God, I don't see anything. Well, he's in Speed, but yeah, he's in a Hood of Horror. Today You Die. He's in the Doors movie, The Color Purple. Demon Cop. I don't know.
Demon Cop?
That's what it says.
Holy fuck, I need to check that one out.
Hey, I mean, Wolf Cop was good, so maybe Demon Cop's good.
Demon Cops looks like it was made by Full Moon. It's got a picture of a miniature cop. He looks like a gingerbread man. From 1990. Oh, this Demon Cop poster has a picture of what looks like a werewolf and a cat slept together, and it made a cop.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
A little bit of trivia that I was looking up, because there's a shitload on IMDb on this movie. Like, I couldn't fucking read it all because it was just too much. They originally they offered this to like Rennie Harlan and Quentin Tarantino. It's kind of like, what kind of fucking movie would have been if Tarantino had done this?
Yeah. Wow. I wonder if the studio would have pressured him into making like an action blockbuster like this, or if he would have been able to sneak some of his Tarantino-isms in or something, you know?
Think of the cast he would have brought too.
Oh shit. Sandra Bullock, that would have been Uma Thurman.
Yeah. Actually, I was looking at some of the people that were up for Jack Traven. It was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, Kurt Russell, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Christian Slater. There was Michael Keaton. And this is a fucking long ass list. I don't even want to go through the whole thing.
I like the Michael Keaton one. That would have been interesting. And then, God, what was that one that you just said? Not Christian Slater. There was another one that was like it, though. It would have been interesting.
Well, you can't do Arnold or Jean-Claude Van Damme. They don't.
No.
They can't.
They're too muscular.
Well, or you don't speak clear enough English that you would put them in a movie where I feel like Keanu carries most of the part on the bus. Yeah, he has to. I mean, you wouldn't put those two in that. They're too muscular. You really believe either of them as a police officer, like a bomb squad SWAT guy? Like
the one that you said that I could agree with, though, Kurt Russell.
Oh, okay.
But I love Kurt Russell.
But maybe a little too gruff for this. You kind of have to.
No, I mean you wouldn't have like the Thing Kurt Russell. You know what I mean?
Why not?
You would want. What's the John Carpenter one that I'm thinking of? It's like almost like a. It's not even a horror movie. It's like an action movie. What am I thinking of?
They Live?
Or like Assault on Precinct 13, or like
no, with Kurt Russell.
Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah, hit him in that movie. I mean, he would have looked perfectly in Speed, I think.
You know, that kind of brings me to something I did see in there was that the director had Keanu cut his hair, and the fucking studio freaked out, and they were almost going to delay production until his hair grew out, but they eventually gave in.
Because you want him like, was this after?
Right after Point Break.
Okay.
Yeah, his hair was kind of long in that one because he was a surfer dude.
I like that. I mean, he looks like that guy.
Yeah, he looks like he just maybe was in the military and has that short haircut. How cool would it have been if he like was getting like undressed or like taking his wallet out of his pocket and it like falls open? What was his name in Point Break?
Oh fuck. Omaha was his code name, wasn't it?
Yeah, Omaha. I think,
Yeah, but
right?
what was his like character name?
I can't remember.
Like if a license falls out and it's got like his character from Point Break on it. You're like, what? He got reassigned after that?
This is a sequel? What?
It's meta.
Yeah, that would have been fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
Oh, Johnny Utah.
He was
That's
a football player in Point Break.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, or before, if he would have had like a Johnny Utah jersey hanging up in his house or something, or like one of the houses.
Some kind of a callback, but they didn't, I feel like they didn't do as many callbacks back then as they do now. Now it's a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, Easter eggs everywhere. You're like, you'd have to watch something 15 times to find it.
You know, he almost turned down this role after he read the script, Keanu.
What?
So, yeah, I know. I fucking was reading this too. And they had Joss Whedon come in and rewrite it. Graham Yost admits that this happened because Whedon did like most of the dialogue. And then Keanu was good with it because it must have been really fucking horrible.
Real bad dialogue.
How do you put bad fucking dialogue in a movie about bombs and blowing up a fucking bus?
On buses, yeah.
Can't have that here. We can't have it.
Also, my thing is like they bought that script and then they're trying to get all these actors to sign up to be in the movie with the script. If you wanted to do punch ups like that, wouldn't you do that ahead of time or something? I don't know. Before you start sending it out to actors?
Well, it made me wonder if all these other actors that I was talking about read that same script and they just declined because how bad it was.
You don't watch Speed for the dialogue, though, in the script, right?
You don't watch action movies usually, except for the one-liners.
Yeah, there are some interesting interactions with him and the bomber. Those are good, well written, I feel like. But yeah, most of it's just kind of fill in. You're just filling in spots until you get to the action and you get buses blowing up and jumping fucking interstates and people getting blown off the side of the building and
shooting your partner in the leg and
pop quiz hot shot.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Dude, guys, I quote this movie a lot.
And people look at you like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. Well, it's usually my family, but they're used to giving me that look.
Keanu actually did a bunch of the stunts in this movie too, which I was kind of shocked. I wonder if he did that much in like Point Break, if they let him do stunts in that one.
You mean surfing?
Yeah, the surfing.
I know he does. From what I understand, he tries to do as much as he can on the John Wick movies, as much as they allow him to. I guess probably.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger star now than he was back then. Not that he wasn't. He was kind of up and coming when this movie came out, and he's just fucking catapulted.
Because yeah, he would have done Bill and Ted. Point Break, like we said. One movie that I had watched recently was My Own Private Idaho.
Oh, that's a good one.
With River Phoenix. That's actually an interesting movie. Gus Van Sant was the director on that one.
I think that was one of Gus's first ones.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and he still seems very grounded whenever you see people that have interactions with him. I've never seen anybody say anything bad about him.
Are you talking about Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, like he just seems like super down to earth. Okay, you would not be mad if you met him, or you wouldn't be upset or disappointed. Like if you're a fan of his and you have an interaction with him, it seems like it always goes well.
I mean, it's like a running joke on the internet that he's the nicest guy in the world.
I should have looked into this more because I've heard things about him that he takes his payments from the movies or whatever and he gives it to charities. I don't know which charities exactly, but from what I've heard, he's done this a long time because there was something with his sister. Like his sister died from something.
I'm pretty sure. I didn't look into it either, but I'm pretty sure it was like in a quick succession. It was like his sister and his wife or girlfriend, but the girlfriend was also pregnant with their kid.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
And like he lost all of them at the same time or around the same time, and it just like broke him.
Because I don't know if he started doing it when he did the Matrix movies, and then he was starting to give some of his paycheck to that.
I've heard on that one that he gave all of his like bonuses to the VFX crew.
Jesus.
I know. I need to be friends with Keanu Reeves.
Well, and most people don't turn tragedy into helping others like that. They kind of Not that we have that money, but
like this dude fucking took a 90% pay cut on his salary for the movie The Replacements just so Gene Hackman could be cast into it.
That's a fun movie too.
Yeah, and he deferred $2 million of his salary so Al Pacino could be in The Devil's Advocate.
Great movie.
Fucking amazing, man. Like those movies would not be the same without those two actors.
And he knew it. Instead of being greedy, he put the movie first. I like that. I don't think I would do that. I think I would just try to get fat paid.
Well, at some point, like, what do you need?
That's true. How many millions did he have already before he started giving away? Yeah.
And I mean, what joy do you find in, oh, I got another million? You know, at some point in life, for some people, not everybody, like you said, some people would be like, I'm taking it all. Fuck everybody else. You know, like we talked about on episode of the show with Rick and Morty, there was some, you know, controversy in the show and they could have shut the show down, but that affects all these people that aren't highly paid actors. Him helping other people maybe keeps these movies going and keeps people in jobs.
Yeah, I'm looking into it a little bit more. Like November 99, his baby girl died. Yeah, was stillborn. I mean, and then freaking 2001, his girlfriend died in a car accident. Man had a rough life.
But he's made the most out of it. And he made Speed. Yeah. I love this man.
So it's pretty much Speed, the elevator scene, and then it gets to the bus, and then it gets to the train.
Yeah, the train's the subway.
The subway train, yeah.
Basically, the three forms of transportation
in LA. Yeah,
elevator, walking, a bus, and a subway. Cars thrown in there a little bit, but it's weird that I don't remember except for the bus, and that's all you kind of get with this movie if you ask somebody about it.
Yeah, that's all they're gonna remember.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to ask like people, hey, remember on Speed when they went off the bus, and people like, they never fucking went off the bus.
You just said it couldn't go under 50.
Yeah, I didn't even remember. I knew they couldn't. Well, it was weird to me. The bus only goes 70. That's as fast as it goes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I guess.
So, you guys have both seen this before?
Yeah, but it'd been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while though. Yeah, I actually had to buy it on 4K.
Did you?
Because you couldn't find it.
It's not streaming anywhere for free as of this recording. You can buy it for $4, but I bought it for $5 at Weird Harold's on DVD. So I paid $1 more to own it. And at some point, if I sell it for a couple bucks, then whatever. I think I gave you a VHS copy. Not sure how you watched it.
That's what I was going to say. And you, well, I've got a VCR.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. So we all watched it on different formats.
Fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray or 4K.
But so did you guys like it back then when you watched it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And does it hold up?
Well, we got to rate it, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Quit jumping the gun.
Yeah. You want to rate it first, Rod?
Yeah, I could go into this. I really liked it. Yeah, like you said, I couldn't remember some stuff. Like I completely forgot the elevator scene, but then I start watching. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I remember that now. I give this another show would say a 3.5, but for Bullet Train rating, but I'll go a 4.
A 3.5 perfect movie? No,
that's a Tony reference.
Yep.
So a 3. You said a 3. A 4.
No, I go a 4. Yeah,
a 4.
I'm a little higher on mine.
That's good.
So I would go. I'm gonna stay right there with you. A 4 out of 5 forms of physical media that you can watch Speed on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean it's still fun. There's some parts where it drags a little bit, and you're like, okay, get to it. Come on, it doesn't need to be this long. But it's 90s action, and it's fun. It's no nudity, no real cuss words or anything. I mean, not a lot of gore or blood, even with the explosion. So it's a kids friendly movie. Maybe not like kids, but in their early teens, 10, 12. I mean, fuck, they're seeing a lot worse on everywhere nowadays on TV. I mean, a 4 out of 5 forms of physical media.
Hey, that's pretty respectable, guys. 4s. Yeah. I'm going to go with a straight motherfucking 5.
5, yeah.
Woo!
5 out of 5.
Oh, yeah. This movie holds so much nostalgia fun. That's why I wanted to know if it's still held up for you guys, because you haven't seen it. Because I watched this movie, and I do appreciate the VHS, but I do own it on DVD. Every few years, I plug it in. The last time I watched it was 2 years ago. I think I got married, and for my bachelor party.
You think you got
married?
I
think it was 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was about 2 years ago.
You might want to write that down.
I definitely know I'm married. But yeah, for my bachelor party, I mean, I don't drink. I've never been to a strip club, nothing like that. So when it came to what am I going to do for my bachelor party, it was Rora made up, my daughter, she made up a whole nacho bar. And then I invited my brothers and my podcast crew over, and we watched Speed.
Nice.
For my bachelor party.
Rod's going to start stripping here soon because he's running out of money. So
that's right. Got to make that dough.
I might actually go to a strip club.
Yeah, you might. He'd probably let you sit in that chair.
You know who else likes strip clubs?
Who else?
Who?
Our friends at the PFPN, the Personal Friends Passion Network. So let's hear from them.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
So now that we've heard from our podcast network, it's time for some news. I got sports news to start out with. Is that all right? You like sports?
Are you a sports guy?
I like sports. Well, I like football.
You like balls? Rod likes balls.
I like football, and I like dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
So on June 7th, Oakland A's outfielder Ricky Henderson steals his 1100th career base. I don't know if that was a record, but he went on to set the record that people don't even steal 100 bases nowadays. They steal like 40, and that's like the league leader in baseball. So stealing 1100 stolen bases will probably never fucking happen. And then on June 14th in the Stanley Cup final, Madison Square Garden, the New York Rangers beat the Vancouver Canucks, win the series 4-3. The Rangers end their record 54-year championship drought.
I didn't know they were that bad.
Yeah, my buddy Underwood was a huge Rangers. I think it was like Brian Leach and Mark Messier were like their best players. I think they had a good goaltender too, but I remember him just being super happy.
I thought he was all like Detroit.
He is now, but he doesn't really like hockey anymore. We kind of went through this phase where we liked hockey and we'd play hockey on Sega. And I remember I would always be Boston and I'd skate down the left side and one time it through the middle and score every fucking time. And he'd fucking get pissed. And I'd end up winning like 12-0 because I think it was Cam. God, I can't even remember who the fucking player was, but he was like the best passer in the game. You just skate up the left side one time through the middle. And then on June 22nd, in the NBA championship, Houston Rockets beat the New York Knicks 4-3. I think that was Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. The Knicks had like Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. The Knicks are still bad. They're better now, but they still haven't won a championship since then. Shit.
Some other baseball news around that time, June 13th, the Chicago Cubs, the second baseman, Ryan Sandberg, officially retired because he wasn't really playing very well. He ended up forfeiting like over $15 million.
I think Ryan Sandberg has cancer now, I believe, and isn't doing too well.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything.
I mean, one of the great Cubs, one of the great second basemen of all time. Well, home run, led the second baseman in home runs, and great fielder, won Gold Gloves.
And then that same day, June 13th, Don Mattingly played first base for 1,469 games for the Yankees. It's like the second most ever.
By a first baseman?
I don't know, maybe by a player for the Yankees.
Really?
It didn't really say much more.
I'm not trying to go to work tomorrow, let alone fucking 11,000 days in a row.
Right?
And then on June 15th, the New York Giants football team cut their starting quarterback of 15 years, Phil Simms.
Oh, Philly Simms.
Oh.
Went on to be an announcer and is on CBS Sports, I believe, now. And
Now we're throwing around some names I know.
Phil Sims. He announces the games for the AFC on CBS before the Chiefs lose.
Oh,
which hasn't happened very often lately.
No,
so
thank goodness. But we've had some terrible years, so.
Should we go to music news?
Music news. What was the number one song, Rod?
I Swear by All For One.
By the moon and the stars in the sky.
Shit, do we even have to add the audio?
No. We could just each pick. How many was there? There was 4. There's only 3 of us. So, yeah.
By the moon and the stars in the skies, and I swear, like a shadow that's by your side.
The number one song in London is Love Is All Around, or in Britain, I guess, by Wet, Wet, Wet.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, I'm not getting wet on this one.
Ah.
No.
I have to do better, bud.
You got anything for R&B?
Yeah, I got Anytime, Any Place by Janet Jackson.
She was one of my childhood crushes, Janet Jackson.
Well, after that Super Bowl, she definitely was.
Yeah, well, before that.
She was all the boys.
And then country music number 1 was That Ain't No Way to Go by Brooks and Dunn.
Lipstick letter across the mirror this morning said goodbye, baby. You left without warning. Like a thief in the night, you ran away with my heart.
Sorry, guys. I like Brooks and Dunn.
I do
too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't meet country music fans very often.
I'm not a huge one, but I appreciate it. Like, I went to Texas Frightmare one year, and there was this guy who was dressed up as Buffalo Bill with nude, kind of. Like, he's just having something cover his junk, and he's got the makeup and shit. And he fucking did a karaoke of that song, Neon Moon.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a fucking blast.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. Everyone was clapping and cheering.
Did he have lotion, like, squirting it into the audience? Did you have a top alternative song?
Yeah, I got a top. I've never heard this song before, but Longview by Green Day.
No idea. Yeah.
Not one that I've heard of.
Oh, you guys are joking, right?
Longview? Yeah, no, I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
What? I could. If I had my acoustic bass right here, I'd play it for you.
Oh, damn. Well, maybe next time. Now we have to have him back on the show.
That's a great CD. That's from Dookie.
Then I had on the top albums in June, the first 2 weeks in June. June 4th, The Crow original motion picture soundtrack was number 1 album.
I used to have that soundtrack.
And then on June 11th, Ace of Base, The Sign.
But the B-52s, because of that release of the Flintstone movie, did their own Meet the Flintstones version.
Oh, didn't know that. I haven't heard that either. I like Love Shack better.
Also, I like that Flintstones movie.
And then on June 6th, the 28th annual Music City News Country Awards, Alan Jackson and Ray Stevens were some of the winners. What the fuck did Ray Stevens win for? The Streak?
The Streak.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Love The Streak.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever listen to that kind of country, like comedy country?
Yeah. Oh, I like all country.
I like all kinds of music, so yeah.
I like everything. I like all movies, all genres of music. I like.
Too bad not everybody likes the stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy people don't like the stuff.
What do you got for top TV?
That's another one we could have watched for this episode.
Yeah, we could have done the stuff. Shit. Now we definitely have to have him back.
Like number 1 show that pretty much that whole year was Seinfeld. Then I had ER was number 2, followed by Home Improvement, and then Grace Under Fire. Do you remember this one?
With Brett Butler.
Brett Butler. That was, I couldn't think. Yeah, Brett Butler. Yeah, I remember. She's got my name. It's a girl with my name.
Yeah.
Rounding out the top 5 was like Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football is still one of the top TV shows. You know, Seinfeld is on reruns. Home Improvement, not really. I mean, I don't see.
It was in the top 10, I think.
Grace Under Fire.
You don't ever hear about Grace Under Fire anymore, and Home Improvement. I don't feel like you barely hear about Home Improvement anymore.
No, I feel like he, Tim the Toolman Taylor, kind of got pushed out of Hollywood.
I think he burned some bridges.
Yeah, he had that other show where he worked at like a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shop. Remember that show? Oh God, what was that show? I don't know.
Last Man Standing?
And we watched some of that. Tiffany liked it. It was all right. I mean, it was. Yeah, he burned some bridges. He got pretty political towards his later years and kind of burned some bridges in Hollywood.
One last thing for TV. On June 1st, the TV channel FX debuted. Lots of great shows.
And then for top toys, what'd you have for top toys?
Okay, so I couldn't really find what was number one, but there was a lot of good ones, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, those action figures, something called the Casio Secret Sender, which was basically an electronic organizer. So
don't remember that.
I don't remember that
all
one.
your stupid fucking notes on a fucking calculator. And there was a Mr. Bucket. Looked like Thomas the Tank Engine was. Those toys were pretty popular. Then there was something called Tiger 2XL Robot. Well, some of us were able to drive at that time. Some of us were still wetting the bed, but
some of us were driving and wetting the bed.
Some of us are still wetting the bed, so
that's why they got those pads.
Tony.
Yeah,
No.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah, the McDonald's toys for June 3rd through the July 7th, which McDonald's has toys now for like a fucking week and then they're gone. But they had Flintstones toys to
nice.
go along with the movie. And then I had for top news, the biggest European clock ever was somewhere. I don't fucking know where.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find that either. I saw that and it was like
at Arl Rixtel. I don't know. It was 9,100 kilograms.
Doesn't mean anything to me. Sorry, Europe.
I want to say, damn. Sounds like a lot.
And then FX channel, of course, debuted. A 5.9 earthquake floods southeast Java, and 150 plus people were killed. Oh, that's tough for the. Is that where coffee comes from? Java. Southeast Java.
I was about to be like, actually, it's a Colombian or something, and then I was like, wait, he's making a fucking joke.
It's not funny. It's funny to everybody but those 150 people.
Yeah.
There was a Rwanda. There was a genocide in there from April to July of 94. Nearly 1 million ethnic Tutsis and moderate Hutu. So, I mean, it was like two tribes that they were pretty much massacring. Yeah, I know. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. So, what'd you say? Over 1 million people murdered?
Yeah, it was like 1 million. That's what I found. 1 million.
Jesus.
Way to end the podcast on a down note, guys.
Well, we're not done yet because on June 17th, O.J. Simpson doesn't turn himself in on murder charges.
Holy shit.
Chase him for 1.5 hours before he eventually gives up.
Wow.
If you get into the deaths around that time, on the 12th is when Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were killed. So it took them fucking 5 days to go hunt this guy down. And then he takes off in a freaking Ford Bronco, televised on national TV.
Oh yeah, we all watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 days after the movie Speed was released, that happens. Isn't that crazy?
Do you think he saw Speed and got a good idea?
He's like, if this car goes under 20 miles an hour, they're still not going to fucking pull me over.
He wasn't yelling out the car window like, I can't go under 50.
I can't, man.
And they're like, what the fuck's he yelling about? Yeah.
This doesn't have anything to do with entertainment, but you said the 7th of June, right? Was the day it premiered. 17 years to the day after this premiered, my second daughter was born. Her
nice.
birthday is June 7th. Yeah. So
every year on her birthday, you have to watch Speed now, right?
I should make her watch Speed with me.
Yeah, they're like, nothing against you,
Sorry,
Belle, but it's Speed's birthday.
Sorry, Belle. Yeah,
sorry
priorities.
It's Speed Day. Sorry.
Did you have any other news, or was that it for news?
Nobody was born that day? Or
there was one. Nicholas Santo Pietro, the son of Vanna White. That was all I could find.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, oh,
okay.
what the fuck that is.
Yeah, and then I go, Vanna White? Oh, fuck, okay.
Another childhood crush.
As far as the economy flourished in 1994. Strong investment, spending, decreased unemployment. There was the North American Free Trade Agreement. The gross national product, or the gross national deficit, hit a 30-year low, and it's not been back there since.
No.
Because the economy is shit. I mean, not if you watch TV, they say the economy is great, but for me, it's not great.
You will believe the economy is great. It is perfect.
In 1994, a dozen eggs was 86 cents. That's $1.50 in today's dollars. A pound of white bread was 76 cents. That's $1.33 in today's dollars. Pound of bacon, $2. It's only $3.50. I feel like bacon's like $8 a pound now, isn't it?
It's way more than that.
Yeah. Round steak was $3.25. That'd be $5.71 in today's economy or dollars. A pound of potatoes was 37 cents, 65 cents today. And a half a gallon of milk was $1.44. It's $2.53. I feel like bacon's fucking skyrocketed then.
I wonder if it's just how lean it is now.
I don't fucking know. I don't need lean bacon. I just need fucking bacon.
Some fashion trends. We'll see if any of you guys wore this shit. Baggy jeans. Did you wear baggy jeans?
No.
No.
No. We were too poor for shit.
Yeah, my parents couldn't afford much, so.
Yeah, we were poor, dude. We didn't have anything like that.
I got to see people wear it. There was flannel. I wore it about 10 years after it was popular.
I wear flannel nowadays, now that I buy my own clothes.
Bucket hats because of LL Cool J and his kangaroo, whatever that was, hat.
I remember that.
Crop tops. I still wear them.
Yeah.
Just kidding. And then the infamous fanny pack was. Now, I had a fanny pack. I wore it for that year, maybe, but
now they have those.
Yeah, but fanny packs have come back.
Fucking purses that people. Yeah, they're like. Tiffany has one. She wears it like a purse, though. Like it's like around the back and then the middle. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she bought Finley one. I'm like, what is going on here? Those are just fanny packs that you wear.
Those are what are we doing with fanny packs?
Yeah, I don't have one. I have a wallet still.
Yeah, we're cool.
You got a joke for this episode? I got a joke here. He loves these jokes.
Okay, yeah, mine are.
Oh, you got one? You go first.
I actually got a couple, but so I had heard an episode of yours where you were talking about dad jokes. So
yeah,
I'm gonna tell a dad joke first.
Nice.
Shit, maybe I shouldn't call it. I'll edit that part out.
What?
Okay.
You call it a dad joke?
Well, I will. But the other day, I got a ticket for doing 50 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone. Next day, I got a letter in the mail. It said speeding fine. Now I don't know what to believe. You want to do yours now?
No, you finish yours.
Hey, that joke was on topic though with speed.
I know. I was trying.
You did good.
So here's the other one. A man is speeding on the highway, and a cop pulls behind him, and his lights are on. The guy punches it and takes off. Eventually, the man decides to pull over, and the cop asks him, "Why on earth were you running from me?" Man goes, "Well, sir, 5 years ago, my wife ran off with a police officer." The cop goes, "And there's no excuse." Man goes, "I just thought you were trying to give her back."
Yeah, that's where I thought it was going. Hell yeah.
Try to save us.
Mine has nothing to do with speed. But since we're three guys, I mean, it has something to do with that. What do you call the useless piece of skin on a dick?
Bret.
The man, yes.
Ah!
I could have said Tony. No. Oh, man. Well, thanks for listening. Where can we find Bret Royer, your books, your podcasts, everything you do? Where can we find you?
The podcast is Bret and Tony with Ash and Abe. And our latest episode, we just did the movie Red. It was Ashland's pick, of course. But yeah, so that's our latest episode. And then I think next week we're dropping our SNAF episode. Yeah, we just got done recording that earlier tonight. Where we break down the shorts and stuff and talk about the whole festival. But yeah, look that up. That's anywhere podcasts are, Spotify, Apple Music, stuff like that. We also got a Facebook for it. But I also, write books. My last one that I put out was Big Hollow. You can find that on Amazon.com. Or if you're local to me, I guess, Burlington by the Book also has it, downtown Burlington. So check that out. And Bret Royer -writer is my Facebook page.
He's everywhere. And you're going to be playing some bass here eventually?
No, probably not. I mean, I do the music for our podcast.
This is where I am on your episodes. It's like I just heard about this, and then you play like a drum beat, and then you just kind of play your bass to it or some shit.
Yeah, you have to do some bass, little bass rolls and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Now, are you still making candles on the side?
Yeah, still making candles, but My next one for that isn't until, gosh, I think September. I think I still got a couple months on another candle sale. So, and I used to have a website for that stuff, like candles and stuff. But man, it was a lot of money to have a website. I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to do vendor sales.
You could throw them on the Brett Royer author page with your books.
Oh, that's true. Sell them on Facebook. Do they let you sell shit on Facebook?
I don't know. You sell your books.
I need to see what these candles look like, by the way.
Yeah. But until then, go buy some books. Watch out for Brett's candles. Watch for his films. I mean, he's an award-winning director.
I didn't even talk about the movies. I'm making a giant killer spider movie right now.
I think I've seen part of that. I mean...
Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the movies and everything that he does.
Yep. Thanks, Brett.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Hell yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. And don't forget to like and subscribe to whatever the fuck this thing is. You know, the wrong podcast died. It's part of the Spookyverse now, part of the PFPN and the I Like It Spooky Horror Podcast Spookyverse.
See, how does it go? Thanks for hitting that play button. And do yourself a favor and hit that like button.
Something like that. I don't know. We never say that. We just kind of stumble through the end of it.
I always forget to say it, and then Abe has to like nudge me every episode. Come on, do your line. Do your line, puppet.
Who's going to sue you, Brett?
Yeah. I'll sue any of you motherfuckers.
He's like the Disney people.
I go after people.
He ain't got no money. He's got some stuff in the background you could probably get. But yeah.
It's all got my name on it. It's not worth shit.
Well, thanks for listening, and thanks for coming on the show. And fucking, I guess we'll get Tony on here eventually, so quit fucking whining.
Till next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That marks the end of our broadcast day here at The Wrong Podcast Died. Our transmission is powered by a frequency of 800 watts. We will resume our usual programming in 2 weeks. Until then, we bid you good night.